The simplest explanation is usually the correct one. 2 a.m. Burglar roams the neighborhood. 2:16 a.m. Burglar sees an open window. He goes over the fence. 2:18 a.m. Burglar makes one slice on screen and enters the house. 2:19 a.m. Burglar enters the utility room. 2:20 a.m. Burglar searches the darkened kitchen, nook, and dining room. 2:23 a.m. Burglar takes a knife in the kitchen. Holding it on his left hand, and on his right hand is his own knife. Possibly fearing there could be more than one dog, due to seeing all the animal objects around the house. 2:23 and 30 seconds a.m. Burglar sees someone sleeping on the couch. He decides to check it out. He moves slowly behind the couch. He is also checking if anyone is on the other couch. 2:24 and 25 seconds a.m. Burglar encounters something on the floor. He believes it must be a dog. He uses the knife on his right hand to take two very hard stabs at Devin. He realized it's not a dog but a little boy. He is shocked by the sudden realization and releases the knife. Darlie senses something and wakes up. Killer jumps on top of her and begins to subdue her. He stabbed her 2 times and managed to slice her neck. 2:25 a.m. Killer managed to knock Darlie unconscious. Killer began to move away and encounters something else on the floor. Likely assuming this time it really is a dog, and began to stab Damon 4 times in the back. 2:25 and 30 seconds a.m. Killer began to realize the magnitude of what he has just done. He goes back to Devin and retrieves the knife from Devin's body. 2:26 a.m. Killer goes here. He's likely considering whether to continue to check upstairs or leave the house. 2:27 a.m. Damon managed to get up and tug on Darlie's leg. Darlie wakes up from unconsciousness. Killer hears Damon's soft cry for his mommy. He returns to see Darlie waking up. He decides to leave the house. Darlie sees someone moving toward the kitchen. She manages to get up and starts to follow what she thinks is a person running through her kitchen. Killer slips and falls down, landing onto a sock. The sock manages to stick onto his shirt, likely due to static electricity building up when he was fighting with Darlie on the couch. He quickly gets up, leaving the kitchen knife behind. She goes this way, then turns on the light as she slowly moves across the kitchen. 2:27 and 35 seconds a.m. He exits through the window and likely goes out using the gate. Darlie sees the knife on the floor and decides to pick it up. At the same time Damon manages to walk, but collapses here due to the stab inflicted on his back. 2:27 and 40 seconds a.m. Killer heads this way but realizes it's a dead end. He starts looking around, then notices a sock is stuck on his shirt. He decides to remove it, dropped it here. 2:27 and 45 seconds a.m. Darlie heads back to family room and sees Damon on the floor. She senses something is wrong. She rushes over and at the same time knocking over the wine glass and begins to scream her husband's name. She started to check Damon, then noticed Devin on the floor, with blood everywhere. 2:28 a.m. Darren rushed down the stair and checked Damon, then checked Devin. Darlie rushed to get a rag from the kitchen sink, at the same time putting the knife down, here, then rushed back to clean Damon as well as Devin. She then rushed back to the kitchen sink to clean the rag but this time she knocked down the vacuum. As she's done cleaning the rag, she then returned to Damon and at the same time she began to realize the seriousness of the situation. 2:31 a.m. Darlie call 911. Timeline is 90% correct. Witnesses are 95% correct. All evidences are 95% correct. All reasonable logics are 90% correct. Darlie Routier is likely 95% innocent. Darlie Routier, stage crime scene theory. It's very hard to imagine how this scenario would occur, due to knowing the reasonable logic theory. But if you believe this theory is correct, then I would like to know if you can explain some of these unreasonable logics. 1. If Darlie staged the crime scene, then why did she decide not to leave the knife on the floor? 2. If Darlie staged the crime scene, then why did she not make sure Damon is dead before calling Darren? 3. If Darlie staged the crime scene, then why did she recall Damon waking her up? 4. If Darlie staged the crime scene, then why did she cut her neck with her necklace on? 5. If Darlie staged the crime scene, then why did she decide to leave a sock in the alley? If you have some simple explanation for these questions, then you know the reasonable logic theory is completely incorrect.